What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat, and we are power rating. We got a little behind, but now we've done 3 this week once we add in Michelle McCool. Rusty, is she a free play? Is she a free to play character? That's my first question. Is she free to play?
She is free to play with a high level of play. So you had to have engaged the MLC consistently through June, or you are on the verge of recruiting her in July. If you are playing competitively and consistently. So I would say yes, but if you're a casual player and maybe you went on vacation in June on a cruise and missed 14 days, no, she will not be on your roster yet. But I don't think you have to spend to get her shards. I think her shards are going to continue to be available on prize walls, and so no, I don't think she's going to cost. Just may take a while to recruit.
Yeah, agreed. And I just want to point out for those, I can't see the chat anymore because I had to relay out my desktops here to make this work. But for those in the chat, if Rusty can see you, I would say cast your mind back to the old system where the S tier was obtainable by maxing the MLC, but maxing the MLC was not always something that free-to-play could do. It was something that oftentimes you did have to spend to max the MLC. You had to be in a top 100, maybe even a top 50 faction at times to get everything you needed to max the MLC. I would say this character and the Grande Americano that's out this month, it's on the same format, are more free-to-play accessible than even the old S tiers were. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why. I almost have this uneasy feeling of like, why are they being so nice to us? What is the catch here? What are they actually asking for in exchange for this? What will they charge for to make them enhanced or upgraded? Right. That's where I'm like, okay, the business model is probably not going to be giving 3 superstars away each month, but maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to increase engagement. I know engagement is a metric they care about, and I think it's high. I talked with somebody behind the scenes months ago who said, people are complaining about this and that, but actually the numbers show that everything is up. Engagement, spend, blah, blah, blah. So, we're voting with our time, we're voting with our dollars, and if you voted with your time, you could have Michelle McCool. So the question is, how good is she? And that's where power ratings come in. This isn't just a tier list where we're like, man, she is the top, female showboat. I don't think she is, but she's up there. I think she'll be up there. This is also, how good is she on your roster? Like, does she take a lot of rare things that you do or do not have? Can she hit top power? Is she a good feuder? Is she a good boss battler? Etc., etc. So we're going to take a look at one key move set here. It's double black and then put another move there, usually the green one because it just happens to be there. But really, you only need the 2 black moves.
Do we have a free reversal for the 3rd move? We can just attach for defensive acumen. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's leech gems, which is fine. Let's see. Do we have reverse something else that I missed?
Yeah, all I was thinking is if it's a wasted slot or an extra slot, we can get some defensive value out of it.
I think that's fair. I've put the kick out on there historically because she gains 35 million health. So if you don't win turn 1 and they pin you, then you get your health back. But
that's really good. Yeah. I forgot about the kick out. Sorry.
No, you're good. I don't disagree. Having a reversal in there I think is great. How many females use leech gems? That's the bigger challenge for that one. But Tiffy, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you're going up against Tiffy, you're just like Tiffy is the antithesis to all multi-gym users. Michelle is now the anti-Tiffy. I like that. All right, so you've got the 6 MP Black Roundhouse Kick, deal damage, make the bottom 1 row into Pyro Multiply gems, which will make all gems above them into multi-gems of strength 5. Then you've got the Big Boot, which is a combo move. This could be 2 separate moves, but no, they made it one. 6 MP Black, deal damage, make 7 Pyro Gems green, which is going to make everything above it multi, and then deal damage and make 49 random gems, which is the whole board, into black. Rusty, if we ever get a Pyro Black, like Piper's plate...
It's coming.
You think?
It has to. The cycle has begun. We've got the yellow, we've got the green. I don't think that's coincidence. And I also think King Kong Bundy stunk up the place because he's poised for the black pyro. I think that is design. And I think people are going to go, oh man, look what he does with that plate. He's awesome. And then, they'll want to spend to get it.
There you go. Well, why didn't it come out last month then? That's my only big question. But hopefully it'll come out this month.
One a month. You can't drive. You can't. It's like you got the green pyro. You got to let it breathe. You got to let people build back up their fun money, and then you smack them with it. And that's what tends to happen, right?
That's true. Oh, goodness. All right. On the Entourage, we've got Woods for Black MP. We've got Trickster Damian Priest for multi-gems increase their strength by 2, and Black MP start with 2. So that covers your moveset. You're good. If you have them, I believe it is Zombie LA Knight, which is multi-gems and black. If not, just put one of the other multi-gem characters here. I've got Zombie Chelsea for green and multi-gem. And then you can either go all in on black or all in on multi-gems. So you either put Memrock here, somebody who does like 40% black gems, somebody who does all color gems like Stunning Steve. I am going to put Seth Leonardo there. Give us one rare thing, but definitely helps her out. You think that's fair, Rusty? Or do you want to see just black gem damage instead?
Gosh, whatever. One rare thing is fine. And we do it so rarely. We do it so rarely that I hope they'll have grace on us for when we finally do it.
Oh, yeah. We had Bob and I on the stream the other day, and Lux was like, if we're not playing with rare things, I'm out, and left the stream. Not calling Lux out, just it was one of those, like, we get the opposite effect sometimes. Like, the ones who have everything are like, why aren't you freaking using everything? And then the ones who are more in the free-to-play, category, which is the majority, more of the community is light spend and free-to-play than is whales. We're not trying to cater to one or the other. We're trying to be balanced for both to be able to see things, but we do have people leave when we don't use the rare things as well. So
I'd like to see her damage without Leonardo. Honestly, the more I think about it, like if we can get her a power level 5 without Leonardo, that's a win for the power ratings.
Let's see,
but I don't want to throw you off.
No, you're not throwing me off. We'll just put Kamala on there. Black gems. No, I'm just kidding. All right, hold on. Yeah, let's use
Wood and who up top.
So there we go. So Woods and Damian Priest, Stunning Steve for all gems do 40% more damage, which is black, and then 60% more multi-gem damage with Zombie Chelsea. So
awesome.
That is all free to play, pretty much.
All right. All right. Yeah, Memrock too. Bill's Mafia said it could be Memrock.
Could be Memrock.
Yeah.
Yep. Could be Mem's not near what he was in terms of rarity before. So
no doubt.
All right, then on the plate, we're running the 100% strap. So if you've got a 150, she'll hit even harder. And we're running Fury 2s, which means if you're running Fury 3s, she will hit immensely harder. We're just not ready to make that leap to using tier 6 medals all the time, but it is coming, friends. We will make that leap soon. And then we've got the the Queen's Tiara plate, the Emperor's plate. I don't know where I got that. I was saying Empress. We got Emperor
You did a little Star
Palpatine's
Wars?
plate here, which whenever you make multi-gems increases your black gem damage by 50%. And then we've got the Radical plate, which was given away functionally. It was a oopsie plate where they put the price on it way too low. So if you played that event, you could get this plate for free.
It's also in the Showdown shop. So
yeah,
it's free. It's free to play.
It's a free to play plate. Yeah.
You gotta play.
Yeah. So whenever you do a black move, you increase black gems. So we're going to increase our black gem damage by 150%. You could put the original Piper plate on there for 100% damage right here, but technically the Radical plate will also give you 100% damage. So you don't need to waste a Piper plate on this slot. When they come out with a black Piper plate, that's when gloves are off, baby. That's when it goes here, or maybe Bundy, or my personal pick, Acro Snoop. That's going to be insane.
Acro Snoop.
Yep.
Speaking of rare things.
Yeah, he is William Regal Jr. already. I can't imagine when he's going to be there. All right, so this is literally 2 clicks. You don't touch the board. You don't do any. I mean, you literally click 2 buttons and everything happens. So I called this move the set it and forget it, because it just is. Just everything happens automatically. So talk about quick and feud. We're done, right? So with no rare things, Rusty, she is 57 million. Not 60.
I mean, I think that's
57.
That's there, man. That's like silly. All right.
I could try Memrock and see if that gets us there, because I don't think we're counting him as a rare thing, but otherwise we're going to have to go with Leonardo. I'm just saying.
Yeah, or like a Royal Rumble plate.
Yeah, you could do a Royal Rumble plate, but then you're losing 100% of your buff, and then you're throwing the gems out again.
No, you're right. Actually, those, as I've tested it, those are kind of a wash. The Royal Rumble and the you don't necessarily get a ton more out of it.
Those work really well. Like on Lyra, I've started running her where she buffs red gems and then throws out red gems. The red gems are super buffed already by her. So if you put a Royal Rumble plate on her or the new Makes Wildcard plates, she destroys and gets huge damage with it. But if it's someone where you're right, like if you're sacrificing one plate for another, they tend to balance out. All right, let's see. With Memrock, now they're times 8, and she hits for eventually 59.4. 59.4.
But there's variance in this game based on the cascade. Come on, she's there.
I
used the most dumbed down version of Entourage that we could. I think she's there.
I'm not disagreeing. I can't see the chat. I don't know if the chat disagrees with you, but I mean, I didn't possibly count move damage. Maybe move damage got her there.
Did you use the black Fury 2 plate that has the boosted to black moves, 250 to black moves?
No, I did not.
So that would be something.
I think it's funny that she's just on the cusp of the top end with this set. Just barely there. Triple yellow does hit a little bit harder. It's just not set it and forget it by any means. This is so quick, so easy. We thought this would be a slam dunk. Like I say, if you're running Fury 3s, she's going to easily hit there. And I think you're right, Rusty. I mean, we can run it back, but changing that to a black 200%, that's going to give her move. I mean, she only needs 500,000. So,
right.
Yeah.
She'll be there. That's a 5. And that was, we could have easily dialed in any number of variables to give her that 500,000 points damage.
I agree. All right, now I just have to reset this window here real quick. So what we're talking about there is we're talking about her damage modifier. So for the wonderful little thing that we've created here called Power Ratings, to get a 5 in damage, you need to be able to hit 60 million or more as a base. And technically, she did get there with this moveset. 60 even, just really even right there. We'll have to revisit her when 7-star or whatever comes out and see if she's still there. Maybe. The next one is for speed. To get a 5, you basically need to have 2 of the following true. Your MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6, which her 2 main moves are. The other one is 1. Must recycle flawlessly, which they absolutely do. And you must be able to win in feud in under 45 seconds. All of those things are easily true. Easy on all that. The next one is readiness, which is basically how good is this character out the box? Do you need rare stinking things to make her very good? I'm starting to echo in your microphone a little bit, Rusty. I hear myself talking. So for a 5, character would need 0 or 1 rare things. Now you can put a lot more rare things on her and she hits harder. We chose not to be fair to the score overall. She had no rare things on her with this. You could easily add Turtle Leonardo. You could swap around and do Sherry and then put a midline bonus in there instead, which would also work. But again, those would be rare things to get up there. But she had 0 rare things. That is not the number 0. 0 rare things, which means she's a 5. Now we get to the community vote. And Bob and I did figure out 2 nights ago that it is not just the Champs Chat channel that no longer has poll functionalities. They moved that only to affiliates and official partners. So even the main channel can no longer do polls, Rusty. Like, it's done. Like, you can't do that either.
The polls got us here. They were our bread and butter for the longest time. So we have to go manually in the chat, I guess.
Yep.
Or just, I mean, so many of these things are not subjective anyway. So like we've done a few power ratings without chat engagement.
Yeah.
So,
well, we only have the 2 left. So the third or fourth one is versatility, which means this character is competitively usable for a 5 in all 3 major modes, feud, boss, and showdown. For a 4 in 2 of the 3, and for a 3 in just 1 major competitive mode. If we get characters that are a 2, that means they're not good in any major mode, but they'll win in tours. Talk to me, Rusty, about, are you using her in feud? Is she a killer in boss? And is she good in showdown?
I mean, it checks all 3 boxes for me. The way she does kind of black gem spam, that's great for boss. The way she can also turn the board into reinforce, and then boost her green gem damage and turn all the reinforce into green. So like she has several great move sets for Extreme Rules and Boss Battle, which is my favorite. Those are my favorite types of play. You're more of the feud and showdown guy, but Lee, 6 MP is all we're dealing with. So I don't see any complications there.
Yeah, I mean, 6 MP for Showdown, and as Bob pointed out, we're in a new era of Showdown where there's not debuffs constantly. There's not, everything starts with minus 6 MP and hope you get, the black MP that she needs to get there, so that you start at 0. It's a different mode now. She does have, I believe, she has a hot tag, doesn't she? I didn't look at that.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she has a hot tag. When tagged in, deal damage and increase your green gem damage by 250%. So if you switch to her green moveset that does the reinforce into green, then she absolutely is going to be great for Showdown. I think she's going to be good in Boss Battle. She's got the green, the reinforce. She's got the multi, the pyro. She's got her own color. She breaks all green gems, all black gems, and all yellow gems. She's going to do very well. And the chat seems to be agreeing. I see 5 out of 5 in this category for the chat. So I don't see a mode she's not good in.
Also, Let me just check one thing because I know it. I value it highly. Some people don't, but I was going to say, let's look at that ruthless aggression link as
Okay.
well.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized when I switch back over to this view, you guys can't see it. I'll fix
Michelle
that.
McCool, um, ruthless aggression, matching any color gems, charge moves of that color by one more MP. So, not
Nah.
essential. She's going to
No.
be loaded already. So,
Right. Yep. Well, here's where it always comes down to the make or break, the entourage ability. For a 5, it's an essential trainer or coach that you don't want to go into battle without. For a 4, it's a widely used trainer, somebody that's going to help your character reach their full potential. For a 3, it's a niche ability. It's something you're going to use, but it's very, very rare. And for a 2, it's basically something you only use if you don't have someone who does it better. And her trainer ability, oh gosh, I'm not wearing my contacts here. Moves
got it.
and gems, trap. Okay, go ahead.
I was to say moves and gems. That includes Trap, Countdown, and Juggernaut. That's still health. Will steal 100% more health. This does not include Leech and 2 yellow MP.
Okay. What do you think about that? Chat,
It's
vote in the
really,
chat.
really good for people that steal health,
Okay.
which is the same of maybe Nakamura or
Yep.
King Woods. No, King
King
Woods
Woods
is
is
bleed.
bleed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fantastic, but it's an underutilized mechanic in the game. So it's
Yeah.
very niche.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, the definition of what that 3 is if only, like for example, we were talking about was it Kamala's or Becky's? I forget which, but literally we could think of one character in the game that it impacts, and it was the brand new chosen one, Drew. So like if there are 670 characters in this game and one character is all that you're using that entourage on, you cannot say that is widely used, right?
Right. Right.
So same here. Anybody that you use Showboat Shinsuke on, you're going to use her on. How many people do you use Showboat Shinsuke on since you got him this last month, Rusty?
Um, Canadian Trish Stratus
Yuck.
and Final Boss Rock.
Okay.
Those are the two so far that I've discovered he's really, really good on.
Yep. The chat is across the board saying 4s. Kurgan says I use him a lot. Kurgan, who else other than Final Boss? Ooh, and we got a 5 in here. Rusty, we are getting outvoted.
On the Entourage.
Yeah, usually it's the opposite. Usually everyone's like, nope, that's way low. We've got 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, and you and I are 3 and 3 so far. Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting outvoted.
Who are we stealing health with? Maybe I'm just not. Who are you regularly using, chat, that you're excited to have Michelle McCool in the Entourage? Let us know. Just because
Yeah.
maybe I've way overlooked it.
Right, and this is a case I'd love to be wrong in that direction at 100%. Like, it would be great if she's actually usable on 15 characters, which I still would argue is not widely used. But the where I would give a concession to the 4 is like if you have a health steal person, she's the go-to. But across the game, I would say that's niche. Like health steal is not a go-to mechanic in the same way that multiply gems or
Right.
trap gems are, right? If it was, trap gem damage, yeah, you're going to use that on 100 characters or more. Who else are we still in health with? Like, I'll give the chat another minute here, but Z Bailey for how you run her. Okay. Fair.
Okay.
Maybe Ali, Goat Ali. I mean, we're still 5 characters. Okay, I agree, James. Who of the older cards does she help? From Desip says El Grande.
Oh, that's cool.
And Stephen Randall changed his vote from a 4 to a 5. So I don't think we're gonna win this argument with the chat. I think we have to go 4 for the chat's sake.
Okay.
I just don't see it. I personally, I think she's a 3, but chat is decisively a 4. Technically 4 to 5, but again, we got a mix, so we go on there. I mean, that makes her a 24 out of 25, which puts her 2 points above New Becky, which both Bob and I noted is possibly even the best showboat female in the game that's not named Rhea. Like, I think New Becky is number 2 in the game, but this would be saying that no, actually it's not that way. Let's go to the female visual sheet. I'll try and put as much on here as we could see, but a 24 out of 25 actually puts her above Mami, above Showboat Asuka, above Maxine, and above the New Becky. I don't see that, but
no, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I agree, Kurgan. The older ones don't do enough steel health to make a difference. Northern Mouth, for me, it's the +2 MP that makes her more widely used. She has +2 MP?
Yeah, yellow, +2 yellow.
Plus steel health. Okay. Yeah, Hope Designer, I'm not doing polls, but thank you. I thought I almost FOMO'd myself into doing polls for Grande, but I'm going to get him for free this month, so I held back. Okay, so Rusty, I've never been at such an impasse with the chat. Usually we're the ones bringing them down. Now they're trying to bring us up. I just don't see her as a stronger candidate than Mami, but
no, for sure not. For sure not. I think Entourage got to be a 3. It's so niche. Health Steal is one mechanic, and it doesn't affect a gym type. It's a move type. No, it's not true. It is a gym type because it affects Juggernaut and Trap as well. I don't know. Just I have wishful thinking. I'm a super optimistic person, but like I just don't see. I don't see it.
Yeah. 2 or 3 for Entourage, very niche. Well, Bill's Mafia, where were you 5 minutes ago? I'm just kidding, buddy. I don't disagree. I mean, we're right there. I mean, in terms of we've got 3 3s, we've got 4 4s, but we've got a few 5s, and the 4s keep coming in. So yeah, I didn't need. Thank you, Bills. I didn't need the visual, but. I appreciate the honesty. I really, Rusty, we don't have Baby Ice here right now, so I'm going to need you to be the, what's it called? What do we call Baby Ice? The
tiebreaker or the ref?
Yeah, the ref, but there was a term we used for a while. No, it's true, I did, Bill, so I appreciate it. I need you to be the ref. As the creator of this system, I need you to make the final call. Do we go with the chat and say she's a 3 and give her the top showboat female score, or do we go with the 4, or do we give her a 3 and keep it in line with where we truly
feel? 3 for sure. Yeah, it's niche. It's the very essence of niche. It can be OP as a specialty, but you ain't using that on too many people. Maybe on new Raquel Rodriguez trap gems would be really good.
Yeah.
But two or three people she'll make a huge difference on, but the rest you'll be going, I need my gym trainers. I need my multis. I need my, health steal just isn't giving you meta defining damage, period. Maybe Hornswoggle would be maybe the only one that would count there. But
I didn't think about her for Hornswoggle. That is really good, actually.
but I'm not sure that Hornswoggle can spare the MP. Like, I don't know. She makes yellow.
Yeah, that's true. So you might not even be able to use her. Well,
Perhaps.
I officially on the sheet have given her a 23.5. 3.5 still puts her in the 23 category, though, because we don't do half numbers. Baby Ice has been asking for half numbers for a while. We don't do them. But that puts her in line with Mami. Think about that. Free character versus the best character, and they're tied. Showboat Asuka and Maxine, and just 1 point higher than the new Becky, which I argue is actually, I like the new Becky actually better than I like Michelle McCool. So there you go.
Wow.
This is a what they call a murderer's row of Showboat females right here. These five, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. These 5 are among the best females in the entire game. And Michelle is comfortably sitting with them, and we had to talk people off the ledge from putting her above them. So I would say that is a very freaking good free character.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Michelle, Rusty?
Well, okay. So, I mean, this is my final thoughts. Maybe it's more on power ratings than Michelle. It's like, we just can't false advertise. We cannot inflate numbers. And it's not fair to the community when we do. And so even having a bias towards a certain character or entourage ability, we cannot inflate the number if it's just not there. Regardless of how cool we think. My favorite thing in Champions is Leech Gems. My favorite. I always want to rate Leech Gems higher than they are. In reality, they're one of the weakest, especially gem types.
Yeah.
Okay, but I love it. I love the health transference. I think it's really cool. I think it's a lot of fun. And so I always have to check my bias and let the system work itself. So the description of the 3 score and the description of what a niche is, it fits. It fits. The system works itself.
It does.
The voting is just kind of fun, but we can't let the voting ever the voting sometimes can reveal our bias.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, that's it for this power rating. That means we only have 2 more, and we are caught back up, which, thank goodness. We've actually, I don't know if you saw this, Rusty, we've actually had people messaging on other videos going, where are the power ratings? Where are the power ratings? Which is interesting, because our power rating videos actually get lower views. Like, I talk about our commitment to do this despite like cost. A lot of content creators, if a video series isn't getting clicks and views, they literally discontinue it because it hurts their YouTube algorithm. The power ratings typically actually get lower views, although ironically Bundy has been among our best power rated views. So
I think if the person is widely available and the score is it was unexpected, I think the ratings are there.
Yep.
So
I agree.
Everybody can't be a 24. Plain and simple, especially A tiers. It can't happen.
Especially females. Do you know we only have 1 character that's above a 23?
That's
whoa! In this game, we only have 1 character that is above a 23, and it is Acro Rhea. She's the only one who's broke above a 23 yet. So we're still on the quest for the perfect female. Hold on, pause, and that's it for this video. Rusty, your face says it all.
I'm a girl dad. I can't be having that sexism in our well, think about the girls. Think about the WNBA. It's more popular than it's ever been. We can't have this type of misogyny.
Misogyny. I'm going to go massage my knee. I'll see you later, friends. Bye.